Hold on, I gotta figure it out. They say it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Ah, fuck it. I hate playing this song anyway. I hate every time someone has a birthday, we have to do that at the show. Anyway, hi everybody. It's me. It's your favorite batshit crazy old wizard. And, yep, today is my freaking birthday. I won't tell you how old I am, but, I'm 21 with 31 years of experience at this point, and let me tell you, it's knowing that your life is more than half over is kind of a freaking depressing thing, if you ask me. But I gotta say, I look good. Anyway, we're gonna do a special little show and tell here. This is something. This is Robbie's newspaper, 25th of January, 1967. My mother and father got me the New York Times on my birthday. So this is the New York Times the day I was born, okay? So this thing is actually just as old as I am. And oh my God, it's like falling apart. And at the time, the city edition, you can see, was 10 cents, okay? And I have to take my glasses off, so it's okay. You can see my rings under my eyes. That's fine. I'm old, and I'm okay with it. I really am like okay with myself at this point. And anyway, I was born. It was a Wednesday, January 25th, 1967, and wow, it's just looking at the headlines here, like the first one here. Troops increased in central Peking after Mao's call. Military movements reflect more active role of army in cultural revolution. Ministries are purged. Aides humiliated in the streets after Maoists take over government organizations. This was 50 years ago, and people in this country want to become communists. I don't know about that. History has a way of repeating itself, and I think we should learn from our past. The deficit was $2 billion. $2 billion. Can you see that? Deficit, $2 billion. Now it's what? 180 trillion or something like that? I don't even know. That's probably a low estimate. Pentagon war plan relies on peak of 500,000 men. Budget based on stability and fighting, costs for Vietnam are estimated at 29% of defense total. And they wrote actually percent, okay? 29% of defense total. The Johnson administration, so I guess Johnson was president when I was born. Yeah, that's true, he was, because what's his name? Yeah, had LBJ took the IRT down to 4th Street, USA. When he got there, what did he see? The youth of America on LSD. And that's the play Hair. That, I think, also came out the year I was born. I don't know if you've ever seen the play Hair. Oh, City Edition. Okay. And it's got the weather here. The temperature range, the day I was born, was 69 to 58. And yesterday it was 68 to 54. So, man, it was friggin' warm that day, considering today right now, outside it's 13 degrees. It was really warm the day I was born. Wow. And the U.S. Weather Bureau report, page 86, forecast, partly cloudy and unseasonably warm through tomorrow. I did not know that. I never knew. I always thought I was born on a cold-ass day, but 69. That's a pretty doggone balmy temperature. I mean, that's beach weather for January. Hell, 69 in the summer, it's beach weather for here. But anyway, and I love the print ads. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you see that? And that's an ad for wigs. I don't know if you can see that. But it's just absolutely amazing. This paper is so old. I mean, I just hate to even... Uh-oh, what did I do? I think, oh man, I lost the front page. It just fell off. Wow, that sucks. I got to be really careful with this. Really, really careful with this. Because this actually is the other half of the page. This, like I said, this thing is as old as I am. And of course, it's also been sitting in my smoke infested house for, the past 20 years since my mother gave it to me. Oh my God, look at this. 1967, Caribbean cruises from New York, February 4th through 9th. February 4th, 9 days from 3:35. Oh my God, look, February 4th, right? Can you see that? Can you see that? You could go on a Caribbean cruise. March 4th for 6 days fares from $200. So you could go on a 6-day cruise for $200 on the SS United States, America's Superliner. Brooks Brothers Sportswear. Look, there's an ad for Brooks Brothers Sportswear. Men's and boys furnishings, hats and shoes. 346 Madison Avenue. And you know what? That's where it was when I was younger. I don't know where it is now. I guess they're all over the place now, but they had them in Boston, Pittsburgh, Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Well, they had 2 locations in New York. One was on 111 Broadway, which I don't know if I ever went to that one. I think that one was still there. But maybe it's still there now. I don't know. I haven't been in New York in a while. But yeah, Brooks Brothers now, of course, they're every place. They're in every strip mall in the United States of America. So that's what's going on. Here we see Vietcong. Vietcong says Vietcong suspects screened. Villagers from Phang Ho, Vietnam, some wearing identification tags as they waited at base camp for questioning. U.S. military sources say treatment of suspects has improved. Wow, what we know 50 years later. How it's improved, yeah, instead of, waterboarding them and making them lay down on beds of broken glass, all right? Anyway, so I guess there was a pretty big goddamn war going on then. I don't know. Once again, not much has changed. Except the wars now, they just get longer. Not as many deaths, I have to say. So I think they're finding a more humane way to kill people. I mean, this thing is just falling apart. But what was it, page 88? Let's see, can I get to page 88? Oh, weather report. Okay, weather report through the nation. Let's see, can we get that on camera? Here's the weather report through the nation. It looks like there was a high pressure system coming down through the south and a high coming down from the north. And that's probably why it was unseasonably warm. The sun and the moon, okay? The sun rises today at 7:13 a.m., sets at 5:04 p.m., and will rise tomorrow at 7:12 a.m. The moon sets today. I'm just wondering, what's January 6th? January 26th, it was a full moon. Oh my God, that's so fucked up. I was born the day before a full moon. Isn't that doesn't that just get your goat? Maybe that's why I'm a frigging lunatic. I don't know. Probably is. Oh wow, there's just so much. I mean, and the back of this is in a lot better shape than the front of it. Maybe I should just fold it over backwards. But let's see what was in the movies. Man, the want ads are huge. I mean, I guess they didn't have, LinkedIn or, jobs.com or whatever. You used to actually have to get the New York Times and go through the classified section. But let me see if I can find the entertainment. Let me take this section so I don't hurt it, because this section seems to be in a little bit better condition. Let's see. Tresh, first Yankee to sign contract, gets $35,000, same as last season. Wow, he signed a contract, $35,000. Back then, $35,000 was a bunch of money. I mean, most working guys were making, I don't know, $8, $9 grand, and that's for somebody with a decent job. But can you imagine $35,000? What did A-Rod get? $25 million or some shit like that? Frank Robinson's honored again. Okay, that's nice, because he was the outstanding player in the 1966 World Series. Obviously, since it was January, there was not a heck of a lot of baseball going on. I don't even think spring training would have started yet. Well, let's see. I'm gonna try and see what was in the movies. What movies were playing, if I can find it. Just to give you just to give you an idea of what the world was like the day that my mother, God bless her, dropped me out of herself and into the cold, cruel reality that became my life. While I'm sitting here going through the paper, I have no idea. Union Square Savings Bank. There's so many things in here that like are icons of history. Hotel Shoreham. Wow. So that's the want ads. I don't think the movie listings are in here. No. Let's see. Let's see what else we got if we can find that. Because I really just like to see what movies were going on. What picture I could have gone to see. Having being a complete and total neonate. Wilson's Critical Round. Oh, this is just so. Hollywood made her the symbol. The symbol. What's it about? I don't know. Some Bessie person. I thought it would probably be about Marilyn Monroe. An Iceman swimsuit for mother and daughter. Oh my God, look at that. Matching mother and daughter's swimsuits. Can you get a look at that? And like, this isn't a paper from like, the 1920s or 30s. I was like alive when this happened. Which, oh God, makes me feel frigging ancient. Which I guess I am, right? Compared to the... I was listening to people talk about video games a little while ago. Oh, here it is. I was like, yeah, I remember when video games came out, we had like Pong and Breakout. And I remember Pong. My Uncle JB bought us like this little video game thing for Christmas. I think it was like 1978. And you plugged it into the TV antenna or hooked it up where I went. And you went bing, bing, bing. And, you moved the paddle and the ball went past and then it would get a little faster and go stuff like that. But anyway, there was American premiere today. The movie was called The Deadly After with Kenneth Haig, don't know who he is. Roy Kinnear, don't know. Max Adrian. Lynn Redgrave, okay, know her. Music by Quincy Jones, okay. I get that. James Mason was in, okay. Maximilian Schell, know who he is. Harry Anderson, don't remember. Harry Andrews, might have heard of him. But anyway, The Deadly Affair. The Euler Memorandum. Oh my God, best picture of the year. Michelangelo Antonioni's Blow Up, Color. Walter Reed Theater, The Coronet. One of the best films. This is like when foreign films were like a big thing in New York City. I wonder if they have the listings for the porno theaters on Times Square. That would be freaking funny. Let's see. Oh, Romeo and Juliet was, Margaret Fontaine and Rudolph Nureyev. Oh, wow, the ballet one. Kiss the Girls and Make Them Die. You know what? I actually saw that movie. Kiss the Girls and Make Them Die. Can you imagine? Oh, the Blue Max was playing. That was a great movie. I like that. I saw that. It was about a World War I pilot. I saw that it was. Oh, Sound of Music, continuing its exclusive limited engagement. The funny thing is, back then, movies would like come out, and they really, they didn't show them on TV or anything like that. So you could see a movie that was 10 years old and it would be brought back to the theater and they'd play it. I mean, and they didn't make movies like they make them now. They just churn out crap after pieces of shit, one after the other. Back in the 60s, they didn't do that. I mean, they really didn't. Nobody had the budget to do it. And there was the medium. Doing movies back then, the medium, just the cameras and crap, were just so expensive. Now I could shoot a feature film with my Sony Handycam in 4K if I had to. I mean, I got a drone, I could do aerial footage, got a bunch of GoPros, I could do action sequences. Anyway. Here's one, The Spy with the Cold Nose, a double feature, new second feature in color. The Cat, Two Killers, a Man and a Beast, at the RKO. That's just so wild. Gregory Girl, oh man. Loves of a Blonde at Cinema 2. I don't know. That might be a porno. I'm not sure. But there was they used to list the movies in the newspaper. It's just so amazing. I don't want to destroy this paper too much, and right now it's just disintegrating in my hands, but My mother wrapped this up for me, and that's God. I love my mother. She's down in Tennessee in a nursing home now, and it breaks my heart because like I didn't even hear from her today. Matter of fact, I got a text from my guitar player Joey from Flux. He's like, "I hope you had a great day," which is cool. Thank you, John. Matter of fact, if you ever see this, and my old guitar player Julie, and Julie I've known since I was probably 15 years old, maybe 14 years old. We were in a band called Knighton together back in Brooklyn in the early days. You know, when men were men and condoms were yet to be invented. And Julie's been my good friend for so long. She prays for me every day. I think the only reason that I'm still alive is because of Julie's praying for me. You know, so I absolutely love you, Jules, if you ever see this. And I never stopped thinking about you. I've never stopped. Julie was so pretty. I mean, she still is gorgeous. I mean, she doesn't look probably a day over like 35. She's got dark hair. She's a beautiful girl. She played this black Ibanez Iceman guitar that I just always thought was so cool. And she had an old Marshall half stack. You know, and I saw her about 10 years ago on Halloween, but she had a Batwoman mask on, or Batgirl, whatever mask on. And that was the last time. But I've talked to her a couple of times, and we text each other all the time. I mean, matter of fact, she texts me every major holiday, and you know, my birthday and Christmas and stuff like that. And I love Julia because you're the only friend of mine who's been consistent over the years. And I don't know, I just love you, and I thank you for remembering me. And so, like I said, if you watch this, you know, maybe I'll send a link to it, you know, to you. You know, I don't want to get all, I don't know, misty-eyed thinking about how much I miss people and Julia and stuff like that. But I just thought it would be funny to see the news from the day I was born and how things have so much changed, but they have so really not. We're at war. Politics is fucked up. Movies, well, I don't know. Movies are movies, you know. It's just we just go from one cesspool to the other, and anyway, it's good to have my online friends. It's good to have, you know, the 4 or 5 people who continue to watch my videos, and I'm grateful for that. And I hope I stick around for a few more years. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 70 like Lemmy did, but you know, if I make it to 58 like John Entwistle, I'd be exceptionally happy. I mean, and I was saying, people were like today, you didn't go out for your birthday? I did. I went out with my son, and I had a nice day, and I you know, been working on some music and stuff like that for the last few days. But, yeah, I went out with my son today. I took him for a haircut. He didn't even know it was my birthday till I told him in the car driving to Albany. So yeah, went to Guitar Center. Went to Golden Corral because you know what, I wanted pot roast, and it was my mother used to make me a leg of lamb every year for my birthday, and pot roast I guess is my second favorite thing. So they have pot roast there. It's pretty good. It's basically comfort food. And I had some steak and chocolate covered strawberries and ice cream and chocolate pudding pie, you know, and I don't know, I just, you know, sat down and said, screw it. I'm going to eat like all the happy memory food that I have. But I don't know. Anyhow, I'll see you guys when I see you, all right? I got to play tomorrow night. We're playing a brewery, so I guess that'll be the night I get pretty goddamn loaded. You know, because when you play breweries and there's all that beer around, they usually just hand you tons of drinks. But anyway, I love you all. Keep on rocking in the free world. Good night.